Every few months, another limited edition supercar seems to appear, often with a price tag that trumps previous offerings. Perhaps more surprising than the sheer output of the world's supercar makers is the fact that these exclusive models are snapped up so quickly, sometimes before they are even built. In this video, we are talking about the top 10 most expensive car in the world 2021. 10. 10. Ferrari Pininfarina Sergio, $3 million, £2.4 million. Sergio Pininfarina, son of founder Battista Pininfarina, was honored with this very special limited edition Ferrari. Sergio was instrumental in ensuring Ferrari survived and thrived after his father's death. The sweeping curves of the Pininfarina are so unorthodox, for a second it looks as if the front is actually the rear. 9. Limited edition Bugatti Veyron by Mansory Voiture, $3.4 million, £2.7 million. Mansory, a luxury car modification firm based in Germany, managed to make the already expensive Bugatti Veyron a little bit more expensive. They took a Grand Sport Vitesse Roadster and, among lots of other things, fitted an accumulation spoiler package, new LED lights, and an upgraded cabin. 8. W Motors Lykan Hypersport, $3.4 million, £2.7 million. The Lykan Hypersport is the Middle East's one and only supercar, with a 3.7-liter 750 bhp engine and the ability to move from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.8 seconds. Its top speed is 242 miles per hour, the least you would expect for $3.4 million. But when the 22 miles per hour LaFerrari is a snip at just $1,416,362, why would you splash out for the Hypersport? The answer, say the makers, is luxury. Think gold seat stitching and diamonds in the headlights. 7. Lamborghini Sean, $3.6 million, £2.8 million. A little less crazy bold than the Veneno, the Sean isn't even named after a killer bull. Sean in fact comes from the Bolognese word for flasher lighting, a name that was first used on a Lambo in 1963. As such, just 63 of them will be built, and they've all been bagged. A 2020 soft-top version has also been made, and all 19 of those have been sold too. 6. Lamborghini Veneno, $4.5 million, £3.5 million. Based on the Lamborghini Aventador, the Veneno was built to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Lamborghini. It features the Aventador's 6.5-liter V12, producing 740 horsepower, and is a road-going version of Lambo's racing prototype. It can go 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 2.9 seconds and has a top speed of 221 miles per hour. The name Veneno comes from a famous fighting bull. Most Lamborghinis are named after deceased bovine warriors, and all of them, including Veneno, had sent a matador to the next life. 5. Koenigsegg CCXR Trevita, $4.8 million, £3.8 million. When the sunlight hits the carbon fiber of the Koenigsegg CCXR Trevita, it sparkles as if millions of diamonds are in the body. Trevita means three whites in Swedish. Purportedly, Trevita was bought by Floyd Mayweather for $4.8 million. Its V8 engine boasts 1,018 horsepower, and it can reach at least 254 miles per hour. 4. Mercedes-Benz Maybach Exelero, $8 million, £6.3 million. This one-off Batman-esque sports car was built by Italian car firm Stola, in collaboration with Daimler Chrysler. It was made to show off the Carrot Exelero tire range from Goodyear, whose subsidiary Fulda commissioned it. And while all these big names sound impressively complicated, the final design was completed by 4 students from Pforzheim University of Applied Sciences. The only stipulation was that the car must reach 217 miles per hour in order to test out the tires fully. 3. Bugatti Centotesi, $8.9 million, £7 million. We know what you're thinking. Bugatti doesn't really have an entry-level model, does it? But among the super-rich, the Centotesi, 110 in Italian, might represent something of a bargain, relatively speaking. This one is also based on an older model, the 1987 EB110, well-loved for its decent 20 miles per gallon, and, more genuinely, for the fact it could travel more than 500 miles on a single tank. The Centotesi successfully reflects the blistering acceleration of the old EB110, only more so, as you might expect. It can manage 0 to 124 miles per hour in just 6.1 seconds, 0.4 seconds faster than the Chiron. 2. Rolls-Royce Sweptail, $13 million, 10.2 million pounds. The Rolls-Royce Sweptail is another one-off car and one that also draws inspiration from the finer things in life. Giles Taylor, director of design at Rolls-Royce Motor Cars, described the Sweptail as the automotive equivalent of haute couture. The Sweptail was also inspired by the coach building of the 1920s and 1930s and was commissioned at the request of an aircraft and superyacht specialist who had a special idea. Costing $12.8 million in 2017, at the time it was finished it was the most expensive car of all time. Just 2 years later it was supplanted by Bugatti's Voiture Noir, listed above. 1. Bugatti Voiture Noir, $19 million, 15 million pounds. According to Bugatti, their vintage Type 57 South Carolina Atlantic reflects the marque's pioneering spirit, passion for perfection and the desire to continually redefine its limits. As such, Bugatti drew inspiration from the old Type 57 when creating Voiture Noir, or the black car. We reckon it sounds better in French. One of the 4 Atlantics ever built has been missing since World War II, and Voiture Noir is a homage to that car. At $18.68 million, 15 million pounds, Voiture Noir has the biggest price tag of any car, ever. The only one will ever exist, and more than 2 years after it was sold, it still hasn't left the production line. Voiture Noir packs a 1,500 horsepower engine that pushes it to speeds of up to 261 miles per hour. We produced a true one-off, a single-unit car that we call automotive haute couture, said Achim Anschiet, Bugatti's design director. It's not just a car anymore, it's really more like a piece of art in line with the highly exclusive fashion and luxury brands in France. What do you think from the video? If you have any questions or doubt, please comment down below. If you haven't done so, hit the like button, subscribe, and share our content. Make sure to keep watching our channel to know when this will be happening. Like, share, subscribe.